Well, welcome. This is a new series we're going to start here, and we're going to call it At the Sample Room. Why the Sample Room? Well, if you look at Detroit newspapers during the Civil War, the Sample Room was a pub in Detroit, and it's going to be named here. Why a pub? Well, we're going to spend this series talking about mixed drinks of the Civil War. Our guiding resource will be Jerry Thomas's The Bon Vivant Companion, but there's some other period sources and some other secondary sources that we're going to use to learn more about alcoholic drinks during the Civil War, as well as the implements you need to be able to use them. Thanks for your support. Let's dig into this new series. Today, we're going to start with Whiskey Punch. It's number 9 in Jerry Thomas's Bon Vivant Companion. It gives us a first thing to talk about. The recipe calls for 1 wine glass of whiskey, either Irish or Scotch. We're going to pick an Irish whiskey. It doesn't matter which one. Trust us, we're picking a good Irish whiskey. Then it calls for 2 wine glasses of boiling water, sugar to taste, and a couple of slices of lemon. Let's get started. First, what's a wine glass? Well, today they're a lot larger. During the Civil War, they were smaller. One of our secondary sources mentions that a wine glass during the Civil War equaled about 2 ounces of alcohol, and we'll go with that. But I guess the big thing to consider is when you have a recipe that is 1 wine glass of whiskey to 2 wine glasses of boiling water, you've got a ratio, 1 part whiskey, 2 parts boiling water. Let's get that water off the fire. Well, okay, we've got the boiling water off the fire. Let's go ahead and make it. I'm going to make 2 versions of the drink, one for myself, one for my friend Huck. He's going to use earthenware. I can tell you from experience at a Living History event that if you take a good mug like this one from Conner Prairie and you pour boiling coffee into it, you could make the thing break. So I'm going to make Huck's drink here in one of my spare tin cups, and then after it cools for a second, we'll transfer it in there for him. We're going to start by taking 1 wine glass of the boiling water and putting it in our cup. Do about 1/3 of this in, and then it says to add the sugar and dissolve it. I think for my taste, I'm used to less sweet drinks. I'm going to go ahead and just start with 1 teaspoon. If you do this very often, this is something that you, as a person who makes drinks, you'll learn to adjust, and it becomes what you as the bartender want. Next, we'll add the whiskey. Finally, let's go ahead and add that 2nd wine glass of boiling water. Here we're told we can sweeten the taste. I'm not going to do that, but it did then say to add a slice of lemon. I'm going to take that, put that in my glass. And there's Whiskey Punch. Let me quickly make a second one for a buddy, and we'll taste them. Again, to review, the 1st wine glass of boiling water. I'm going to do a teaspoon of sugar, but sugar to taste. We'll do a wine glass of whiskey. And another 2nd wine glass of the water. And we will garnish or add a slice of lemon. Now that I've made this one, I think it's cooled sufficiently that I'm not going to damage the good earthenware glass. We'll pour that in and invite my friend Huck in to come give it a try. Well, let's just take the whole thing on the taste. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Whiskey. What's a drink if it's not fun? Yeah. And that's fun. I usually just like straight whiskey, but this is something I'm willing to drink again.
Christmas.
Christmas would be fantastic. Yeah, that's a good thought. A little bit of the citrus with it.
Might even put some nutmeg in there.
Okay, we try that. That's a difference from the recipe, but let's give it a try at some point. Give it a try. Jerry Thomas's number 9. try it for yourself, maybe modify it for yourself. That's part of what enjoying the history is all about. We're just going to start something with this new series. We're going to remind you every time, keep your 19th century libations away from your 21st century automotives. We'll see you again. Bottoms up.